Okay.
It's the worst affected country in the world. Nearly a year after the U.S. recorded its first COVID-19 case, that number has climbed to more than 25 million.
Put your head back up a little bit.
That's 1 in 14 Americans infected with the disease. Almost 420,000 of them have died. President Joe Biden says the pandemic is his top priority. But his team is already revising his goal of vaccinating 100 million Americans in 100 days.
It was a little bit of a misunderstanding. What we're talking about is 100 million shots in individuals. So shots, as in other words, when you get down to, let's say, a certain part of the 100 days, at the end of 100 days, you're going to have some people who will have gotten both shots and some will still be on their first shots. What the president is saying, 100 million shots in the arms of people within 100 days.
And Biden officials are accusing the Trump administration of making a grave mistake in its pandemic response plans.
Everyone American has seen the way in which people get vaccine is chaotic. It's very limited. We've seen this factor all over the country where millions of doses have been distributed. About half of that has been given out.
The president wants Congress to approve nearly $2 trillion in pandemic relief spending. This on top of a $900 billion measure passed back in December. Biden's fellow Democrats say supporting the economy is critical right now, but congressional Republicans say not so fast.
The idea that we need a stimulus is a little hard to understand because I'm one of those that's convinced that if you want to see this economy get going, we got to get beyond COVID. If we get beyond COVID, I believe that the economy is going to come roaring back, and spending and borrowing trillions of dollars from the Chinese, among others, is not necessarily the best thing we can do to get our economy to be strong long term.
Before Donald Trump left the White House, he lifted a COVID-19 travel ban on non-Americans coming from Europe and Brazil. But on Monday, that ban comes back and will extend to those coming from South Africa by the end of the week. The U.S. reportedly is trying to stop the spread of the so-called South Africa variant of COVID-19. Another variant from the U.K. has already been found in 20 U.S. states. And it said the list of countries could get longer if that's what it takes to end the pandemic. Rosiland Jordan, Al Jazeera, Washington.